Offensive line. My defensive lineman is totally opposite.
What do you mean?
Single mama. He's on free lunch. I mean, mama barely made the flight.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Around the Association. Now, Deion Sanders, he's been obviously in the news past few seasons, with Jackson State, and now taking the job at Colorado. And he has used social media and his platform. He's actually setting a new precedent for building enthusiasm, and you can't help but kind of be proud of him for that, as he kind of brought attendance records to Jackson State, gave opportunities for not only Jackson State but other HBCU athletes with combines, with NFL teams showing up. So his impact has been great. Most recently, he ended up smashing the Colorado football team attendance record with previously sat at 17,800 for the spring game attendance, and the Buffaloes actually sold over 30,000 tickets for the game. So I'm not sure how large their stadium is, but man, that's going to be pretty packed in there. And before, the tickets were free. They were kind of giving them away. This year, they were able to sell general admission tickets for $10. Now, students will be able to attend the game for free, but he's gotten the entire community involved with, him being hired as the coach there. Now, he was recently on a show talking about what he looks for in players. He's shown a great deal. He was able to get 5-star recruits, 4-star recruits to an HBCU, which is unheard of. And he was most recently talking about what he looks for in certain types of players at their positions. This is what he had to say in regards to what he looks for in a quarterback.
Quarterbacks are different.
Yeah.
We want mother, father, dual parent. Mm-hmm. We want that kid to be 3-5 and up because he's got to be smart. Mm-hmm. Not bad decisions off the field at all, mm-hmm. because he has to be a leader of men. It's so many different attributes in what we look for.
Now, that's what he said he looks for in, a starting quarterback who he's looking to bring in. Now, I got, a couple of questions, the 2-parent households. Now, if you weren't the coach, then you wouldn't, your son wouldn't be starting, to be honest with you, because you and your ex-wife, y'all are no longer together. Now, if you're saying co-parenting is good, but, I wish he'd made that a little bit more clear, but that I'll give him that. Let's assume he meant co-parenting, where the other parent is at least in the child's life, not that they are still together. But the 3.5 GPA, my gracious, that's interesting. That is a interesting precedent to set. I'm glad the NFL is not looking at that, as far as who they're drafting coming out of college, or other coaches aren't looking into that. I mean, I get, okay, the quarterback is supposed to move with a certain level of intelligence. I get all the leadership stuff, and I agree with it. He has to be a leader, but the 3.5 GPA, my first thing, the person that comes to mind for me is like Brett Favre. I'd be interested. I haven't done it, but I'd be interested in knowing what kind of grades he had. I mean, point being, you don't necessarily have to have a 3.5 GPA to actually be a leader, be a good student. You know what I'm saying? It's just so much that goes into it. But, I get he's the coach. That's what he's saying he's looking for. Now, that is not what kind of even rubbed me the wrong way. What rubbed me the wrong way is what he continued on to say, how he looks for offensive and defensive linemen. I'm sorry. Take a listen here at what he had to say.
Offensive lineman. Defensive lineman is totally opposite.
What do you mean?
Single mama. Trying to get it. He's on free lunch. I'm talking about just trying to make it. He trying to rescue mama. Like mama barely made the flight.
Now, it didn't take long for people to respond, and one commenter said, not feeling this, with his hand covering his face emoji, like, this is wrong on so many levels. The next commenter said, this is wrong on so many levels. Then you had guys say, when I try to tell people these dudes are the new Klan, they don't believe me. They are the same. And then it's like the big eyes with the, wow, a black man said this? Shaking my head. So disappointing. And then lastly, this is so wrong. I don't know where to begin. If he thinks QBs need a 3.5 GPA to play for him, I guess he'll never recruit the Terry Bradshaws and the Brett Favre's going forward. Oh my gracious, I didn't even think about Terry Bradshaw. Now, regardless of how you feel about Deion Sanders, I think he's been, good for college football, for what he's trying to do, and how he's recruiting. I think it's added a bit of excitement to the whole recruiting landscape. But this one I can't stand behind. It's kind of disrespectful. So now you need people to protect your 3.5 GPA quarterback. So you need an offensive lineman to protect him. But now you're going to have people looking at any offensive lineman you recruit, kind of funny, like, oh man, I'm pretty sure he's, single household, and all these stereotypes you put in place for players you trying to recruit. So if I'm an opposing team next year, you know what I'm doing? I'm bringing in a sign and I'm going to hold it up. If I'm going against Colorado, I'm going to have signs up when the buses are pulling up about the offensive and defensive line, like, knowing that they from single mother homes. I'm going to be like, I'm the pappy. I'm going to hold up a sign like Bernie Mac said on Life, I's the pappy. You put so many stereotypes on players you're looking to recruit that, I don't know. I think this is a time that Deion kind of put his foot in his mouth. Honestly, I think he put his foot in his mouth. Let me know what y'all think, man. Am I being too sensitive? Am I reading too much into it? Let me know in the comments. I'm gonna holler at you guys next time. Peace.